Anybody out there? All right, what's going on? 392 Mopar and Complex Vision. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everything sound good. Everything look good. All right, awesome, awesome. Hell yeah, brother. All right, we'll give folks a few more minutes to chime in, and then we'll get started like we usually do. Chit chat about shake and bake a little bit, where we're going, what we're doing, what's happening, what's going on, what's in the future, and then we'll go into the chat, and hopefully people will keep me chatting for an hour. Actually, I'm gonna run, get a water. I'll be right back. I know, Alex, right? Uh, yeah, I laid some coin out for all that stuff. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Yeah. Debate on getting headers and cam for the Durango. Since I daily drive it, Whipple wouldn't do good for that. Thank you, 392 Mopar. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't Whipple it. Hey, put that Whipple on that Durango, boy. Hey, Wide Body Mike, thanks for chiming in. Brandon, thanks for chiming in, brother. I appreciate it. All right, it's a little after 9. All right, man. Good thing about boosters, right foot keeps it drivable. All right, CPO. All right, brother. Yeah, I did get the rip coil packs, so I'm gonna go straight to the chat for a second. Brandon, I did get those rip coil packs. Do I think they did anything? I I don't think so. Kind of the reason I went with them is they were kind of the cheaper end of the performance coil packs. So I went ahead and got a set of them. They look nice. Don't get me wrong, they definitely look nice, but not really sure they do anything. Yeah, Mike. Mike's chiming in quick. Yeah. Other than their video saying they make power, I yeah, I'm not 100% sold. I mean, the car might be a tad bit more responsive, maybe, but yeah. Yeah, it'd be a hard sell for me to back them up, to be honest. But they do look good. Upgrade to Demon 170 coils. Oh gosh, here we go with the Demon 170. I was trying to stay away from that subject. Yeah, Brandon, they're all the same coils, man. They're the same coil pack. But all right, for those of y'all that saw the video on Monday, that's what's going into the new setup. I know everyone has their doubts. I'm gonna be able to squeeze it underneath the shaker if I move the shaker on top of the hood. That may very well be the case. I'm already prepared and set to go get a junkyard hood and cut the crap up and make everything fit, right? So if we gotta go to the junkyard hood, we're gonna go to the junkyard hood. We ain't changing the setup. Because I just think it's gonna look awesome once it's all together. I got you, Mike. I got you, Mike. I'm just gonna call oh gosh, the junkyard right down the road here. Or go hoodless. Yeah, there's always that, right? We just take the hood off. Alex. I don't know why they said Alex Anderson on them. I don't know. I just thought they were mine. Brandywine, that's it. Brandywine. Jason, so there's a lot of debate. There's a lot of debate on oil pumps on whether to go with the Hellcat or a high flow pump in 5.7s. Uh, yeah, Mike, Mike stole it already. He's quick on the keyboard, man. I'm putting a Hellcat pump in my next build, but even now, my stock pump in the 5.7 cold start, I'm in the 50-60 range. Cruising, I'm in the 40 range. Jumping on it, I'm in the 50-60 range. So the stock oil pumps are not that bad unless you're seeing different numbers. Now, there's been people out there on the stock pump say they're seeing like really low numbers, like 20s and 30s. Now, if you're seeing those 20s and 30s, there's probably something wrong with the pump you have. But yeah, my plan is to go with the Hellcat oil pump in the new setup. So yeah, Mike, that's what I was just. I mean, if your numbers are good, if you got a 5.7 and you got the super track and you got the Dodge performance pages, or you get a taser and put in the performance pages, just check your oil pressure. And if you're in it, it's in the 50-60. I mean, you're good, right? Cold start, if you're in the same range, 40s, 50s, and cruising 40s, 50s, you're good, man. You're good. You really don't need those huge. Even Mike saying he's still on his stock 392 one, right? But yeah, unless you're pushing some huge power, like Cletus McFarland type power, where they need like 70, 80 pounds of oil pressure. As long as your current one is pushing that 40s, 50s range, you're good. Alex said he just got a Hellcat oil pump for himself. Good. Brandon got a Melling from HHP. I tell you what. If you guys do not watch Engine Masters on Motor Trend, they do a lot of testing on a lot of different stuff. It's all on the engine dyno, right? But they do a lot of testing. They did a whole show on nothing but oil pumps. Then they did a whole show on nothing but oil filters, and it was just they do a lot of awesome testing. So if you haven't seen it, go watch some of them Engine Masters videos. And yeah, the oil pumps, they are what they are. Mike's just going the dry sump pump. Jason was asking because I saw somewhere they said the higher volume of oil possibly keep everything oil better and help them help from lifters not going out. Telling you, I've been on my stock pump from 2016, hasn't been changed at all, and I'm pushing roughly that 800 range, to the crank, maybe wheels, depending on which calculation you want to go by. But yeah, those oil pumps are fine. Race car life, you know it, Jay. Speaking of cooling, I went with the small nozzle and water meth. Okay, works real well. Cylinder head temperatures go down as I go down the quarter mile. Nice. There's a lot of people who use water meth, man. It works. It works. It's proven it works, or people wouldn't use it, right? But yeah, definitely water meth. Water meth's an option. Yeah, Alex, I haven't had that problem with mine. I don't. Shake and bake is a freak of nature anyway, but because what we're doing with it already. But I've never had that problem. I never had that problem of my oil pressure dropping. It's always in 40s when I'm idling and 50s, 60s when I'm in it. Yeah, Jay, you got it, man. You got it. Maintain running with 40 weight oil. Yep. Spraying antifreeze on a centrifugal supercharger is awesome. All right. All right, CPO, I got you. Yep, Jay's going with water meth. Nice, buddy. Mike's going for the giggle juice. Going for the giggle juice. I got you, CPO. Window washer plus the heat dry gas. I got you. Jay, Alex is all on you, buddy. Alex is all on you, Jay. Get them. You gotta start cranking out them videos now. Yeah, Jay, we know you're back together. You got to get them crank them videos out. All right, but most of y'all in the chat have seen Monday's video, I'm sure. Like I said, that's all going in the new setup, along with a few more goodies I'm gonna upgrade. Like I said, I got a smaller pulley. We're gonna crank up the boost a little bit more. Yeah, the bigger throttle body, the whole 9 yards. Well, there's some debate about the throttle body. We'll think about that. But if I don't wind up using it now, I may wind up using it later. Hint, hint, later. Just because the sizes are different, right? A 105 is about 4 inches, and the D1X I think is 3-inch outlet, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a Pro Charger with a 4-inch outlet. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Y'all figure that one out. I'll let y'all stew on that one. Mike, no hints. Jay, no hints. Yeah, Alex. There's a couple different companies. I want to say there's a couple different companies out there that make the intercooler that goes in between the hat and the bottom. There's a couple out there. Tick Performance says this one's good for up to like 1,400 horsepower, I think, 1,200 horsepower, 1,400 horsepower, something like that, which is insane, right? Especially for a 5.7. But yeah, absolutely, 100%. The install videos are coming. The cracking open of the current engine in Shake and Bake is also going to be probably a video or two going over the internals of that engine after all it's been through since 2016. It's been through a lot, so we're going to crack that baby open, check it out, and see what's going on the inside. All right, Brandon, 2018 5.7 Daytona, nice, 50,000 miles, good deal, good deal. All right, Jay, I'm running the D1X CPO, the D1X, and someone in this chat has the next step up. Another hint, I'll leave it at that. Something we may be looking at down the road. All right, Brandon, thanks for chiming in quick, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got the D1X one. Yep. Yeah, Tick Performance has a lot of nice stuff out there. All right, there's your spoiler. I'll leave it at that. Jay's got some tick stuff in his transmission. Nice. Baby 62s, but the 72s are coming. Nice, Alex. Nice. Yeah, Alex, you can't you can't go wrong with either one of those two, man. Pro Charger, Whipple, or Maggie. You can't go between the three of them. You really can't go wrong. It's all in your personal preference, where you want to feel the power. All three of them make great power. I mean, Whipple is on top of the positive displacement. Pro Charger's the top of the game when it comes to centrifugal. But you really you really can't go wrong with either any of them. But yeah, yeah. But the Pro Charger is a lot of fun. I do love the Pro Charger. Mike, you weren't supposed to put that out there. Any thoughts about going with a turbo? I've thought about turbo long and hard as you for a while now. I've been thinking about turbos, possibly going with like the Hellion setup. I just don't want to know if I'm just not really if I want to push out another 8K to go with a turbo. Where I'll say an upgraded Pro Charger, literally brand new from Pro Charger, is around 4K just for the head unit, and that's all I need is the head unit because I've got everything else. So either $4,000 or double that to get twin turbos. But don't think turbo hasn't been on my mind. It's been on my mind a lot. Alex, welcome to the Real Blower. Mike is a big Pro Charger fan, by the way, folks, if you hadn't noticed. Mike's chiming in about the turbo, but yes, like I said, I have definitely thought about turbos. It's not that I haven't. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, Alex, That's a good point. Good point. There's Jay chiming in with the turbos. I'll show you top of the game. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes Jay. Yeah, Mike, even me on the D1X, my back half of the track is crazy, man. I know I keep saying I'm gonna hit this 9. If I could front half as good as I back half, we'd have had 9s a long time ago. But yeah. I'm a little disappointed we ain't hit it yet. But we got a few more chances. It looks like probably sometime in May is when we're gonna make the swap. So we got a couple more weeks, couple more chances coming up. Yeah, I haven't looked at Hellion in a while. I know they used to be 8K way back, so they're probably more than that now. Yeah, that's a good point, Hugh. Good point. Yep. They are easier on the drivetrain, that's for sure. Jason, so while I'm in there already, would you recommend doing a oil pump change anyways, just in case? Haven't noticed anything bad with what's there already, but since I'm already there, change it. Yeah, the Hellcat pump was, oh gosh, 150 bucks, 200 bucks, I think. I'd have to look again how much I paid for the pump. But I mean, they're not super expensive. And you know, if you want to feel safe, get you a Hellcat oil pump, put it in there, Jason. And, you know, while you're in there, it's one of those things. While you're in there, that's one of the reasons why I didn't gap my rings. Like, if I was going to gap my rings, I would just buy some drop ins and a crank and forge everything while I'm in there. Right. So that's why I didn't gap the rings. Jay poking at Mike. Yeah, he's gone through some transmissions. Yeah, Alex, that's my main turn off with turbos is all the fabrication that needs to be done. I mean, even and Jay will tell you, even with the Hellion bolt-on kit, it's not really a bolt-on kit. You still have to do some fabrication to make that thing fit. So that's kind of what's turned me off of turbos is all the fabrication involved. Yeah, Mike's talking to the big boys, man. Mike's gonna have a setup when he's done, boy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. A 392 Scatty is gonna be flying. I think there's a thumbnail that proves. Yeah, there's been a few in this chat. There's been a few transmission blown up. That's for sure. You're not lying, Alex. Modified my setup big time. Also, that's what I'm saying. There's just there's so much fabrication involved when it comes to turbos. Even like I said, even with those bolt-on kits, there ain't no bolt-on turbo kit. There's a lot you have to do. That's what I thought, Alex. It was like 150 bucks. So and you know, while you're in the engine, just get you a Hellcat oil pump. And East Coast Mopar does have a lot of cheap parts. Fortunately, I have such a great relationship with my parts department of my dealership right up the street. I get the lowest prices from them. I get the lowest prices from them. Yeah, Alex, good point. Good point. While you're in there, do the water pump too. I think maybe it was the water pump that was a little over 200 bucks. But yeah, so for the thought I thought I did a video with everything I'm doing. All the new stuff I'm putting, the timing chain, timing cover, gaskets, water pump, oil pump, all that stuff's gonna be new. All right, talking about water pumps, go to Rock Auto if you need water pumps. Yeah, Jay, you probably, I haven't seen too many Dodges with the Hellion turbo kit on YouTube. I may be wrong. I haven't looked in a while, but I would definitely do one and make sure you let people know that it's not as easy as it sounds. Mike, it's gonna be slow. Yeah, I think there'd be people interested in that content. I know, like I said, I think there is a couple Hellion videos out there, but I know you'll lay down the truth, right? You tell him, Mike, Jay, get to making videos, boy. I don't know what you're waiting on, Jay. I don't know what you're waiting on. Make some videos. Oh, I got you, CPO. Yep. Yeah, I need the front half a little better. Just a little better. And we'd be there. Because the back half is there. That's the next video. That's the next video comes out tomorrow. Tim, what's going on, buddy? Pennzoil versus Castrol full synthetic. So I had the maintenance package for my car, so I had oil changes through the dealership. I just went into the dealership and they used Pennzoil, so I used Pennzoil for the longest time. And now that I'm doing them on my own, or I get Mike to do it, I use Amsoil. But I like I said, I ran my car on Pennzoil for 6 years, and never had a problem. Um, so there's my thoughts. I never used Castrol, so yeah, I would go Pennzoil just because of my experience with it, and shake and bake's experience. Right, never had a problem out of the engine. Uh, and when I went to the dealership, I'd always ask for full synthetic. Mike, back half gains with a Pro Charger to the moon, baby. Yeah, yeah, they love me in that parts department. Telling you. There's what Mike's used, Valvoline Euro 540. Mario, any from info on throttle body? What are you running? I hear good and bad things about them. 6.4 Hemi. So I'm running a Hellcat throttle body. So when I had my 6.4 intake ported, Mac also ported the snout to match the 92 millimeter Hellcat throttle body. So if you want to upgrade your throttle body, go to a Hellcat throttle body, Mario. All right, so Mike and Jay are talking about oil. Ghost RT, am I racing this Saturday at Rockingham? No, I'm not. I'll be at the Friday night, late model shootout at MIR Friday night, and I don't think I'm doing anything else the rest of the weekend. I have to go back and look at the tracks and see what's going on. Hey, CPO, there's nothing wrong with buying stuff built, man. I hear you. I hear you. Oh, little spoiler, right? CPO GTO, he's the one that owns the 2021 super stock in the next video. Yeah, that's a fair point too, Jay. Your stock throttle body for the 6.4 is is definitely good. But if you wanted to upgrade, get a Hellcat and get it port matched. What about diff and manual trans fluids? Stick with OEM. I see some people go with Royal Purple or Amsoil. I mean the diff I just use Dodge's stuff. Uh, I just use the stock stuff. Manual trans, you're gonna have to talk to Jay about that one. I'm not really sure. Either Jay or Mike, you guys can chime in with the trans fluid, the manual trans fluid. Please chime in there. Yeah, CPO, that's a good point, man. Collectability, especially for the super stocks, down the road. Yeah, you can flip a coin. I was flipping that coin way back when I first started, when I didn't know any better. Um, and I went ahead and bought the Scat Pack Stage 2, thinking that would keep me in the ball game. And then there was a whole bunch of debate about the different the Scat stage kits for the 5.7, and yeah, I just went downhill from there anyway. After I got all that stuff installed, it was I just went down the rabbit hole, and just warranty out the window. Yeah, Mike's is definitely garage built, no doubt about it. Driveway built, that's for sure. And literally, he has built his car in his driveway. I promise you. I should come over and do a video one day, Mike. Here is where Hellbeat was built. Other than the cage. Yep. I agree with you, Hugh. Definitely tighten up the frequency, especially if you're racing hard like I am every weekend. Start changing your oil way more often. Tim, are banded title challengers worth the time and money? I don't know. Hopefully, someone will chime in with that one, Tim. Not quite sure what you're asking there. Banded. I'm not familiar with banded titles. So hopefully one of the guys knows what you're talking about. Mike Mike does change his oil quite a bit. All right, so Jay saying no, Mike says it depends. Yeah, to be honest, I use 0W20 myself. I may upgrade to the 40 here on out. All right, we're back to talking about oil. ZF diff, Uvo OEM. Jay saying go on 5W30. Jason, does a Hellcat throttle body need some adapter to bolt onto the 5764 manifold? Yes, it does. You do have to get an adapter. And I got mine from, gosh, actually, I got mine from Mac and Dave at EFI Specialties. I can't remember the name that's on the top of it. Yeah, CPO, we're all in Maryland. So me, Mike, Jay, we're all in Maryland. All right. Tim talking to Mike. Jay coming in for the manual transmission. CPO, you're way better than any of the stage kits. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Different. I have oil and graphite from G-Force. And her 12 by 20 canopy. He's not lying, folks. I'm gonna come do a video one day where Hellbee was built so everyone knows. Yeah, I mean, you also go with Fastman. I think Fastman throttle bodies are. I think Fastman's back in business again, doing throttle bodies. There's a number of people out there that'll hook up your throttle body for a couple $100. Dodge makes you every 6 months. Oh yeah. Branded title means that the vehicle has sustained significant damage in the past, but has since been restored to good. Yeah, I'm with Mike. I think that would depend on exactly where that damage was. I mean, how much damage was actually done. Um, ah, yeah, it's iffy. It's iffy. Do all 6.4 intakes have the active runners? For some reason, I thought it started in 2015. Ooh, Alex, good question. Not sure. Hopefully, Mike or Jay chimes in there, and I think I see him down below. Chaos. That's who I got mine from. Chaos Motorsports. Thanks, Jay. Mike. The truck doesn't, but the cars do. There you go. Wide body MMX sells the adapter for the Hellcat throttle. They have one too. And by the way, Stark's Performance and Maintenance is an MMX installer, so they can get you this stuff too. So hit up Mike if you need something from MMX. If you got insurance, you can drive my super video of sour horsepower driving my car. I got you, brother. Alex, truck throttle body placement, I believe, is different. I might be, Mike. You might be right. I'm not sure. I'm telling you, Jay, Mike is not lying. Canopy and quick jacks in his driveway. That's where it's all getting done. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, water damage. Yeah, there's not much you can do to get rid of water damage. Yeah, Mike, congratulations, buddy. I saw that in the chat, man. Congratulations, man. Grandpa Mike. Yeah, you can get that strut tower brace. It'll definitely stiffen your ride up a little bit. So keep in mind when you get this stuff, especially when it comes to suspension, it's gonna stiffen things up a little bit. So just be prepared for that. But yeah, tower brace is a good investment, 100%. Yeah, Tim, AAD, they make a lot of suspension stuff too, like control arms and trailing arms and all that stuff. AAD Performance, they're online. You can look them up, Google them. AAD Performance. And that's something I gotta get. I gotta get for my car too. Is the strut braces. Suggestions on rear diff braces. The Durs from performance development. That's what everybody uses. It's DIRS from performance development. I think they're running. I think the last time I looked, they're close to $500, $400, $450, 400, $500, somewhere around in there. But that's the one that everybody uses, and it's stout for sure. I have their basic one, which is just a plate that goes across the back, and has done great so far. But the DIRS, again, is those high horsepower builds. That's the one that everybody goes with. We have a young Mopar man in training. You know it, boy. All right, Mike, I'll see you. Oh, excuse me. I'll see you Friday night. As long as nothing changes, I'll be there Friday night. You can do front and rear, Tim. Like I said, it's gonna stiffen your ride. You're gonna feel it a little bit more. Not overly harsh, so, but like I said, you'll feel a difference when you're driving. They are a little bit added weight, but they do stiffen up your suspension a tad. Come on, Alex. But they are added weight. All right, Jay. If you show up, man, I'll be there. Let's get one more video going, and that should take us. Boom. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll have to put another one on. Yeah, the AED ones are light. They're not very heavy. Jay said, Alex, you need them when you remove the sway bar, right? Yeah, you're gonna want something up there. Mike's got front and rear diff braces, along with AED suspension. I'm telling you, don't go with BMR suspension stuff. I broke 2 of them, and I moved to AED. I still have BMR. I think it's the lower control arm. I think I still have that's BMR, but I highly recommend going AED. Their stuff is ridiculous. It's a little bit more expensive. It's billet aluminum, but that stuff is stout. Yeah, man. Yeah, CBO. I know you were hooking and booking on last weekend. I was just hoping for that same hook and book. I just couldn't get it from the track. Just wasn't helping me out. Mike has spent some money, that's for sure. All right. Mikey's gonna come out there and run the 300. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome to see him out there. Wide body's like, what's a front sway bar? What are those? Who needs those? Throw those out. Yeah, little Mike getting some seat time. That's gonna be awesome. Hey CPO, if you it's kind of too late to put it in there now because the video is already going up. But I'd love to have it though. I'd love to check it out. Let me. All right, don't y'all send me a bunch of crap. CPO, here you go. There, send it to my Gmail because Instagram, Facebook, that they do a whole bunch of compression and stuff, and they come out awful. So just send it to my Gmail. If you can email it, that'd be great. If not, just send it to me on Facebook. Yeah, man. If she got one, go ahead and send it, man. That'd be great. Yeah, man. BMR, don't do it. They're cheap. You get what you pay for. If you don't believe me, watch my videos. The first one I broke, I didn't video. The second one I broke, I videoed that one. Now, customer service wise, BMR was great. They replaced them. Matter of fact, they gave me they had upgraded since I bought my last ones. They sent me the upgraded ones, and I broke one of them. That's when I ordered AAD ones. Literally at the track, I ordered AAD upper trailing, upper control arms, and they are awesome quality, and they're a work of art. If you haven't seen my video on the AAD control arms, you need to go check it out because they are awesome. All right, Jay. Two of us is a 9.8. All right. All right, man. All right, you. Hey, that 10 pounds, man. Weight savings. That's pretty good. Yeah. And Mike saved me both times. Literally, Mike saved me both times. So the first time I was coming back from Cecil. All right, I got time. We got 15 minutes. I got time for a story. So I was coming back from Cecil, and I was on 97 coming south. And I mean, the car was like, it was like swinging around. I'm like, this just doesn't feel right. So I was doing about 75, 80. And I'm like, man, this is bad. Let me slow down. So I slowed down to right around the speed limit, and it seemed to calm down a little bit. And then I got on 301, and literally, I don't know, Mike, how far were we? About 5 miles from the house. And it just, you heard it. You heard it rubbing in the back. It's like, so I pull over, and it's like, I'm looking around, and lo and behold, Mike comes by me, and I'm like waving at him. he flips around and comes back, and that's when we figured out one of the upper control arms was broke. And then the second time was at the track, and that was actually a couple guys I didn't even know. I literally pulled in, backed up, and they both came over. Two of them, two fellas that were beside me, came over and said, "Man, you need to look at your tire because it's like it's leaning. It's like tilted." I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, it's like tilted bad. So I go back and I look, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Here we go again. I broke another one from BMR. So literally when that one broke, I was like, screw this. I ain't messing around with these guys no more. I went straight to AAD site and ordered a set from them. So that's my story on BMR. Don't do it. They're cheap. They're cheap for a reason. Mike's like, yeah, I was there for both. You were, buddy. And man, you don't know how much I appreciate you helping me out. I really do. I can't express it enough. Jay, that's right. Mike bailed me out twice. Well, actually, the first time he followed me home, and then what was it? I think I think I had Mike come tow it, or no, I fixed it. I can't remember what happened with that one, but Mike did jump in and swap. So I literally borrowed someone's car, ran home, got my stock one, came back. Mike had the old one off and put the new one, the stock one back on for me. And I didn't race anymore after that. I didn't race on it. But yeah, it was the welds that broke both times. Same place, right at the welds. They just the welds just weren't very deep. They really weren't. 80 also way better for adjusting as well. Alignment guys love you. Yeah. Mike said it was way easier setting it up with the AED than it was with the even though I bought the on car adjustable ones from AAD, it was still a kind of a nightmare for Mike. So he was much happier when I bought the AED ones. That's true, Mike. Your hands have been all over shake and bake, literally from the rear to the front. For those of you that don't know, Mike also put in my Pro Charger for me, and it was so. I got 10 minutes, so I got time for another story, another Mike story. So Mike's like, "Yep, I'll help you come put it on. I'll bring some of my tools, help you out, and I'll just tell you what to do, and you just do it." I'm like, Mike, that's cool. I'm down with that. Um, Next thing you know, I've got the shaker off, and I was starting to try to pull the front bumper off. I just didn't have the tools, so I knew Mike was bringing the tools, and he was bringing them. And lo and behold, he's like, "Don, get out of the way." So he pushed me out of the way, and him, it was you and Dave, right? I think it was you and Dave. Just jumped right in there, took over, and they were done. Mike, what? Probably 5 or 6 hours, I think. And you were done. It was it. I mean, he's done a lot of them, so he knew what he was doing from the get go. Yeah, Tim, go for it, buddy. I've seen a couple out there, not many. I've seen like two or three, I think I've seen out there. But yeah, man, generally that's it, buddy. Weld those doors shut though. Don't fake it. Weld those doors shut. You got to jump in the windows. Oh, Alex, that's not why it's not running nines. Come on. Yeah, Alex is full of jokes today. Alex is full of jokes today. Ah, Mike, Mike, weld your doors, man. Jump in the windows from now on, just like a race car. It's a come on. Helby's a race car at this point. You might as well weld the door shut and jump in the window. All right, Jay. That you got everything you need, Mike. You got everything you got. You got everything you need, buddy. And that's right, Alex. I got to apologize for last week. I know probably some of y'all was waiting last week for the chat. I just got sidetracked with a bunch of stuff last week, and honestly, it just slipped my mind. By the time the time rolled around, it just slipped. It really slipped my. I literally forgot it was freaking Wednesday, and so I apologize for everybody for missing last week. So now we're making up for it this week. How about that, Alex? I know I'm with you, Alex. My back probably couldn't handle jumping in and out of windows either. Yeah, Jay, if you want the lighter doors, you got to go carbon fiber, and you know how much that stuff is, especially for a door. All right, Tim, thanks for chiming in, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week. That's not a bad idea, Mike. Just get some new doors and gut them. All right, we are winding down the last 5 minutes. Still see we got a few people in here yet. Yeah, Alex. You know, when you say carbon fiber, you might as well put $signs on each end of that because carbon fiber is expensive. Yeah, you're safe, Mike. You got the cage. You got the cage to do it. I'm gonna start calling you Mike McFarland. That's true. Mopar does equal $signs. That's for sure. Yep. Wide body Mopar Mike McFarland. You just got to get that double decker trailer. You got to get that double decker trailer and the freaking semi to pull that thing. So that way we can all put our cars in there and ride around the country racing. Yeah, Cletus's trailer is ridiculous. And then the rig that pulls that thing, oh my God. That rig is crazy. Mike's been looking at RVs. I've even thought about RV myself. It's just a little bit out of the budget right now. But that would be the way to go, man. Freaking RV and trailer. That'd be the game. So when y'all get me to 1 million subs and I'm making $8,000 to $10,000 off a video, I'll buy one of those rigs and we can travel around racing. Yeah, absolutely, Bite. I have not gotten a hotel for the Rock next month. Last year when I went, was it last year I went or a year before? The year, yeah, the year I went before, I went to an Airbnb because the hotel they get, I mean, it was cheap for a hotel, but my wife found me an Airbnb for like $40 a night, I think, or something like. It was ridiculous. sleep in your car. But yeah, Airbnb is the way to go. You can find a room, like I said, for like $40 a night. And literally you're paying 2 nights for what they pay for 1 night. I am doing the track rental and the race, so I'll be there for both. So Dan was awesome. He was great enough to push my tickets from Florida because we didn't go to the Rock. So he just swapped them out for me. Dan's a great guy, man. He's super understanding. All right. Thanks, CPO. I appreciate it, man. Well, I haven't found it this year yet. So I hadn't even looked for the rock this year yet, Jay. Once I look, I'll let you know. Yeah. Airbnb doesn't work for the travel dogs. Hey, there's some a Airbnb that take pets. You just got to find one. But Jay, once I get the wife on it and she finds me an Airbnb, I'll let you know. Oh, cool, Jay. The wife and kids are coming. That's awesome. Mike's two queens, that's for sure. His dogs are his queens, that's for sure. But hey, we are coming right up on that 10 o'clock, right at an hour, and you guys know the deal. I try and keep these in an hour as much as I can. And the chat's kind of slowing down a tad anyway, but you know the deal. I appreciate everyone taking out of their time, sit here for an hour, chit chat on chat, and we always have fun in the chat. It's always a good time, and I don't know how y'all put up with me yapping my gums for an hour, but I appreciate y'all chiming in, coming in, listening, hanging out, keeping the chat rolling. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to keep the chat open up until the point where you guys don't keep me chatting for an hour, and then, we'll go to topics or something like that. But I'm trying to stay away from topics. I love the open chat style. I know you guys love the open chat style. So we're going to keep it that way. Like I said, we got big things coming for Shake and Bake. We're going for that 9 again Friday night. It pains me. It really almost disappoints me that I still have to say that. I'm shooting for that 9. And I know what you two are going to say. Just put the 150 shot in there and call it a day. I know what you're going to say. Friday night, I may have y'all do that. I may have y'all do that. We'll just swap out the freaking the nozzle and crank it up. But I think the 70. I think we can get to the 75 shot on the same tune, because we do have a little bit extra fuel in there, so I think we're good. But yes, I was spraying and E85 CPO. 100%. It was a 35 shot along with and I'm on E85. All right, Jay. Like I said, I'm still on the dry shot, so it's pretty easy to swap out that nozzle. Reach in there, done. So we may swap the 50 in there. We may go to 75. We'll just see how Friday goes. I think I've been having some belt slip, so I got a new belt, a little bit shorter belt, actually an inch shorter belt. Put it on today. We'll see how it goes. But thanks, CPO. I appreciate it, buddy. And again, I appreciate y'all supporting the channel, supporting me, supporting Shake and Bake, because y'all know the deal. Every red penny I make on on YouTube goes right back into Shake and Bake. And I know Shake and Bake appreciates it too. But y'all have a great night. Be ready for that video tomorrow night. That's a good race. It's a good race. CPO and I, it's a good race. I'm telling you, you're going to want to watch it. But all right, Jay. We'll talk about that Friday, man. If you're there Friday night, we'll talk about Friday night. But that's it for this one, folks. Again, appreciate y'all coming, watching, keeping me chatting. Until next time, adios.